Heavily armored SWAT. Why is this a bad idea? They don't have to march for days, nor would get blown up by a mortar shoot. Just get in and shoot the bad guy. Do SWAT teams take enough casualties to really warrant making every guy in the unit a juggernaut? I imagine not. Most SWAT calls involve hanging on to a bearcat for hours while some barricaded guy gets yelled at on a megaphone, before anticlimactically surrendering. Most SWAT men would like to go home to their families. So yes, so long as they can perform within the 45 seconds of hostile fire they are tasked to perform in, they would rather be heavily armored. SWAT just sits around and waits for the killer to off themselves. They don't do shit. Even when they do, they are moving in extremely tight quarters and in groups where big bulky armor would just make you bump into shit and make your job harder. SWAT is just a bunch of police tards LARPing as SOF. It's aesthetic and fantasy mostly. Gas masks and face masks would only make sense if they're facing a lot of smoke, poison gas, or something else. Heavy body armor isn't warranted because they mostly face pistol rounds at most, and they have ballistic shields at most. This is just drawn from the World War II stormtroopers looking cool and inhuman. The Star Wars stormtroopers have the same look for that reason. I'd rather be quick on my feet rather than bundled up like a knight in armor and end up dead. Is that a good thing for elite high-tier Spec Ops units to have jet black BDUs and have NVGs? Googles or LEDs that glow blood red or sickly orange? What kind of materials would this armor be composed of? It pretty much makes anything less powerful than a high-caliber rifle rounds about as effective as a popcorn fart, but doesn't seem to weigh much. At least not as much as the bulky design would suggest. Ceramics? Advanced alloys? Whatever the fuck that means. Composite metallic foam? All of the above? I'd like to see a breakdown of Wolfpack armor given the displayed protective qualities and the potential candidates for its composition. Also, what retard decided that a fucking MG42 was the ideal CQC weapon for their super SWAT teams? I get that it's cool and the sound the ammo belts make when they reload is absolutely coon-worthy, but they specialize in close quarters, restricted mobility environments. The brutality of the Kerberos unit leading to its downfall is a key part of the overall Kerberos saga story. A humanoid tank mowing down people with a machine gun certainly gets that point across. Also, one thing I think many people are missing. In the Kerberos saga universe, the Protect gear was originally German military technology. In the KS alternate history timeline, the Germans won World War II using Protect gear. Japan was on the Allied side and lost alongside the US, Russia, etc., and was occupied by the Germans after the war. Heavily armored SWAT does exist. It's called SWAT. Too much frumpy, effeminate fabric. I'd much rather be oppressed by dudes in intimidating, aesthetic, metallic, hard armor plate.
If you don't like beans and rice, get your rice and beans. If you don't like greens and